From the simple to the more sophisticated, Prosystems products provide the very best in quality and performance. Our carbon filtration systems can provide bottled quality water without the bottle or the bother. And in this video, you'll see how it works. But before we see the process, it's important to become familiar with the elements of the system. First, we have freeboard. Freeboard is the area where carbon is allowed to expand. This allows the dirt that has collected on top of the carbon bed to be flushed out. Every regenerating filter system has freeboard. Next, we have the dip tube. This tube is also known as the distribution tube or riser tube. This is the part of the filter that the treated water travels through after it's been filtered on its way to the tap. The next element is called activated carbon or AC. This is the carbon-based product that actually filters and cleans the water. This material is also referred to as granulated activated carbon or highly activated carbon. It's our opinion that all activated carbon will perform the same. Next, we have a layer of gravel. The gravel area is designed to protect the lower basket of the dip tube. This basket keeps the carbon media from entering the dip tube and passing into the home. The gravel surrounds the basket, which also keeps the carbon from entering into the basket and clogging it. Back at the top of the system, you'll find the inlet from the main. If it's a rotary valve, it enters the system from the left. If it's a cam valve or a diaphragm valve, it'll typically come in on the right. Our system here at Prosystems is a rotary valve, so it enters from the left. Lastly, you have the drain, which is on the top of the unit. This 3/4-inch diameter outlet exits the system from the top and drains to the outside of the home or to an approved location. Now that you've seen the elements, it's time to see how it works. By following the arrows, you'll see the process starts with water coming in from the main. The water travels through the valve head, turns, and passes down through the carbon bed. As it passes through the carbon bed, a lot of dynamic things are happening. Since the standard water pressure in most homes is somewhere between 40 and 65 psi, the water compresses the bed, making it almost impossible for large particulates to pass through. Because of this compaction, as water passes through, dirt collects on the very top of the bed. After it travels down through the carbon bed and gravel, the newly filtered water is forced up through the dip tube and ultimately into the home for consumption. As we learned, the carbon bed is compressed by water pressure. As a result, dirt and particulates will collect on top of the bed. In order to clean this dirt from the system, we must backwash the system by using a process called regeneration. Here's how it works. The process begins with water entering from the main as usual, but now the water turns and goes down the dip tube first. As the water reaches the bottom, it's forced up through the carbon bed. As water travels up through the bed, the pressure of the water causes the carbon bed to expand or loosen. This is called stratifying the bed. When the water passes through the loosened bed, it forces the dirt and particulates to move up and out the drain. Since the dirt is on top of the carbon bed, it's the first thing to exit the drain. Remember, since this is a regenerating carbon system, you are free to drain to the exterior of a building. This is because the system filters in both directions. The main filtering process is called downflow. The regeneration process is called upflow. I hope this has given you a clearer understanding of how a carbon filtration system works. All systems that regenerate will follow this process, regardless of brand. It's also important to note that this process happens either based on time or on volume. The Prosystems product is based on volume, but it has the ability to be based on time as well. A Prosystems carbon filtration system will provide your customers with a better solution for the best water possible.